Okay, so as we move towards a meditation, feel free to stay lying on the floor. You can make your way up. And if you are coming out of a practice, take the necessary steps that you usually do to enjoy the last few moments of your practice. And then when you're ready, you can join me up in a seated position, sitting up nice and tall. And you can close your eyes again as you start to make your kind of find your way into your straightest position. So you can rock around a little bit from side to side. You can roll from the front of the sits bones to the back end of the tailbone and see if you can find a way to root down through the four corners of each of those three bones. And as if you just plugged into something filled with energy, which you have, start to lengthen yourself up. Feel the sides of the waist growing. Notice that with each inhale, maybe you can feel a little bit of space. And even on the exhales, even though on the exhales we surrender some of the space, there's still a little bit more so that we feel as if each breath we're incrementally growing. Bring all the awareness into just being in this physical shape, being aware of yourself breathing. Being aware of how the breath moves through you. Noticing if there are any gaps or stops or halts. And instead of just pushing them away, thinking that everything should always be just fine, being with them. It's okay. We're here to find things that are difficult and learn from them. And as we settle and breathe, we become mindful of how the mind wants to dart off in all different directions. We become aware of this darting as much as we are aware of the breath. Let's take a moment just to clear all the residual tension from our foreheads. Just bring your hands, your fingers to the center of your forehead. And as you exhale, just slide it down to your temples. Feel a little pressure, and then let the pressure go. Bring your hands a little bit lower, so we'll just do this a few times, a little lower than the first one, as if we're tracing the whole forehead, one little arc at a time. Get down into the temples. If you want to rub the temples a little bit, always a lovely little thing to do. And then a little pressure and release. Down about halfway down the forehead, slide the fingers apart. Do circles in the opposite direction this time. Soft pressure, release. Probably about 2 more left, so just underneath the center of the, right on top of the brows, I guess. And then across. And release. And this time right to the center of our brow, third eye. Take a moment just to be here, feeling your fingers at this pressure point. Notice what comes up, physical sensations, thoughts. Just be aware of them, don't get lost in them. Wait until there's a little quiet, and then start to slide your fingers across the brows. Go all the way to the jaw, kind of finding the space between the upper jaw and the lower jaw, and give yourself a little rub. If this is accompanied by any pressure, speak to your doctor or your dentist. And then sliding the fingers all the way down to the chin. Press into the chin. And then relax. You can rest your hands again wherever they feel comfortable, noticing the sensations of lightness that have come onto your face. And know that if you felt something and there's other places in your face that need more, like your cheeks, you can just do the same thing, either one finger at a time or a few. And then bring your mind's eye into your breathing cavity, feeling your body fill up with breath. Lungs fill up, diaphragm fill up, pelvis presses down. And then we release it all. Do that a few times. And then transitioning back into just a normal breath. Noticing again if there's any change. Now as we move deeper and deeper into our inner landscape, leaving behind the physical sensations of our bodies, our awareness turns deeper and deeper into the space between our eyebrows. always remind yourself when you're in meditation that the mind is going to move, right? It's going to move to your laundry list. It's going to move to what you have to do next. That's normal. What we want to be aware of is just what that pull is. How, like, does it make you get up? It's okay to know you've got things to do, but does it have to be immediate? Do we have to jump on them? And I actually find that the more we can kind of, we've given ourselves these 15 minutes, it's really not that long. But if we've already given it to ourselves, we know we have, why would we think that it's not necessary to follow through for ourselves? So, I always kind of say it's not, our thoughts are important, of course. We want to try to keep our thoughts positive, keep lightness in our thoughts. But our actions kind of define us in this dualistic world. So we can have a thought and just be aware of it. We don't feel we have to act on it. We don't feel as if we have to berate ourselves for having these thoughts. It's just a thought. It may not even be ours. It could be the collective unconsciousness of everything we learned. It just gets in there. It could be from a radio, TV, a movie we saw 30 years ago. So you can notice the thought and also watch it go from one edge of your consciousness to the other. That's control. As we start to slowly make our way back from that beautiful living room within us, within our souls, just bring your awareness back into the nostrils, back through your hands, through your feet. As you take a big deep breath, feel it fill you up, animate you, fill you with energy. We'll bring our hands to our heart. Just bring our head down to our hearts as an acknowledgement of, honoring yourself, your practice, and then share it. You're just sending it back out to this beautiful community. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.